When we think of addiction, what comes to mind? Dark alleys, the intoxicating lure of alcohol, drugs, or reckless gambling. But what if we told you there's more to the story? What if addiction isn't just about these obvious vices, but also about those quieter, more insidious compulsions that quietly drive us to seek something external to fill a vast internal void? This hunger, often hidden even from ourselves, can manifest in countless forms: work, technology, food, and the relentless chase for validation. Have you ever stopped to consider what might be beneath your own compulsions? At the heart of addiction lies a profound yearning, a compulsion to escape discomfort, to numb the pain, or to sidestep the traumas we haven't fully processed and unpacked. This isn't just a problem for the few, it threads its way through the very fabric of modern life. We live in a society that glorifies busyness and productivity, oftentimes mistaking them for, or even masking them as, ambition and success. But could this relentless drive for more, faster, better be a subtle form of running away from who we truly are, and the overwhelm we experience due to our various struggles? Consider this: addiction often hides in plain sight. Think of the professional who sacrifices family time for a promotion, or the teenager glued to their phone, desperately seeking affirmation through likes. These scenarios aren't isolated. They're reflections of a culture that teaches us to seek external validation rather than nurturing internal peace. Many of us chase after status and image, leading to a cycle where addiction becomes not just normalized, but shockingly rewarded. So, what really drives our addictions? The answer, when we dare to explore it, often reveals deeper issues at play. Addiction isn't simply a personal failing, it's a symptom of a broader struggle, a disconnect from our authentic selves and from one another. The systems we navigate daily promote this disconnection, bombarding us with messages that tell us we are never enough as we are. The result? A societal landscape riddled with compulsions that bind us, shackling our potential for genuine connection. If we look closely, we can see how these dynamics commonly but unintentionally ripple through generations. An overworked parent may unknowingly pass down feelings of neglect to their children, instilling a mindset that equates self-worth with success. The child, craving emotional connection, might seek solace in substances or immerse themselves in work for approval. This cycle perpetuates a culture where addiction thrives, often masked by the facade of normalcy. Yet within this grim narrative lies a glimmer of hope. What if we could reframe our understanding of addiction, not as a moral failing but as a cry for help? Instead of asking questions like, "Why can't you stop? Why the addiction?" we might instead ask, "What are you trying to escape from? Why the pain?" This shift encourages us to look deeper, beyond behaviors, to the emotional and psychological landscapes that fuel them. Understanding that substances or behaviors become addictive because they temporarily soothe or numb an individual's emotional distress, even if they fundamentally cause harm and increase risks long-term. Ultimately, addiction reveals a profound truth about our shared humanity. We are all searching for connection, meaning, and purpose. The void we try to fill isn't solely about substance or behavior, it's about our innate desire to belong, to be seen, and to feel whole. Recognizing this shared struggle allows us to dismantle the stigma surrounding addiction and approach it with empathy rather than judgment. Healing doesn't start with battling addiction itself. It begins with addressing the wounds that foster it. Can we learn to embrace our discomfort and engage with the void instead of fleeing from it? If we do, we may uncover something transformative. Connection to ourselves, to each other, and to something greater than our individual struggles can serve as an antidote. In a world that often feels isolating, we have the opportunity to cultivate communities that prioritize compassion, understanding, and shared experience. Imagine creating spaces where vulnerability is welcomed, where we can face our pain together rather than seeking to numb it in solitude. In this journey of collective healing, addiction transforms from a mere curse to a guide, illuminating the paths we need to tread toward wholeness. By acknowledging our shared struggles, we can begin to build a life and a world that nurtures genuine connection, allowing us all to feel a little less alone in our shared journey. So as we navigate this complex landscape together, let's remember, addiction isn't just a personal battle. It's a deeply human struggle. And together, we can create a narrative of hope, connection, and healing. Namaste. If you enjoyed this video, consider giving it a like, share it with a friend, or comment to let me know your thoughts. Also, consider checking out my other content and following me for more. Scan the QR code for a link to all my Crazy Eyes and Crazy Good Life social media accounts.